here we go. I'm going to give you a distinction. In my practice, I think of this as short poi, where, you know, you would do your buzzsaw maybe, but I think of this, where it's even shorter like this, as like micro poi, because it's really, really tiny. And this is the kind of thing where you could do cool tap backs really fast, and faster than it would go with the short poi, because you have less to tap back and it's a shorter diameter between your fingertip and the end of the ball. So what I was just doing was, if you're here like this, I slap the back crossing the arm, then I open, and then of course, you know, we should probably do it both ways, right? So this was my right on top, open, left on top, open, right on top, open, left on top, open. And then down here, doing the same thing. So left on top, open, right on top, open, left on top, open, right on top, open. And then you can go up and down. And you can do it at a third level too, like I'm doing this here in back versus hip. And then you could take them down on your legs too. So you could be here to 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 here, that kind of thing. I think they're a fun way to fill space, and if you're trying to do something punctuated while you're dancing that matches the music, this will let you do it. And then you could do them in split time in any way you wanted. So like this is an X version, not in split time, but now it's in split time. Oopsie. Right, so I'm going with my right hand, I'm going from my right shoulder to my left hip. And then with my left hand, I'm going from my left shoulder to my right hip. And then that was switching between split time, quarter time, and then together time. So you could combine all of those together. Have we done these on the legs where you do this is such a fun one. Let's play with this one. From a performance perspective, you can do this just about any way, and especially on fire, because what you're doing is you're hitting yourself with the fire. And then what we're doing is we're utilizing, lo the many forevers ago, we've done the organized chaos, where you're alternating your stalls, right, left, or left, right, left, right. So just do that with me and make sure you've got this, or close to it. You're in overhand butterfly. Oh, okay, you can start from underhand butterfly, that works too. Okay, or overhand, whichever way. From split time, if you stall left, right, left, right, left, on the front plane, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And then what you're doing is this, you're doing a much harder thing than I'm doing. Because you're doing under the other arm. I was doing, if you spread your arms like that, for this one, I'll have you cheat. Spread your arms. Okay, so do left, bring it up. I'm mirroring you. Oh, no, I'm not. That was your right, sorry. If you do right, bring it up. Actually, let's just go to the basics. Do this. In and out, and in and out. Right, so your underhand goes in, overhand goes out. Underhand goes in, overhand goes out. Underhand goes in, overhand goes out. Great, now do your left hand. Overhand will go out to the side, then you'll come up and underhand will go in, overhand out, underhand in, overhand out. So in the realm of all you do is those stalls that we just did in split time with your hands together in a butterfly. But let's start with the hands separated. So you do right, then left, then right, then left, right, then left, then right, then left. And it might be easier for you to start with your left hand, so let's try it that way, where it would be from overhand in split time. Left, then right, then left, then right. Left, then right, then left, then right. Now, if you struggle, you have the basics of it. You don't have clean stalls, but you probably noticed. One of the cool things about doing this pattern with the tap back is you don't have to have the pattern cleanly, because the tap on the leg itself will take care of any falters you have in the stall. So if when you're stalling, it's like doing that, and you don't have it clean, the tap on the leg sort of fixes it. I do this in short poi, but this is also something that you could do in micro poi really faster. And then if you look to your right and put your right leg forward, you'll take your right poi and go to the inside of the leg and then the outside of the leg. So if I showed you that so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going this side to this side to this side to this side. And then what I'm doing to create a better surface to tap on, because you want the plane of the poi to bisect the line of the leg, is I'm lifting my heel so that my leg is up higher, and I'm also shooting for the meatier part of the leg up here rather than the joint by the knee. And what you're doing is you're just going inside to outside, inside to outside, to inside to outside, to inside to outside. Easy enough. And then with the other hand, you're doing outside to inside to outside to inside to outside to inside to outside to inside. No, on the same leg, still on the right leg. You don't change legs. Yes? Yes? Oh. Yes, outside to inside to outside to inside to outside to inside to outside to inside. Yes. Now, when I'm putting it together, this is where it gets tricky. Okay. Now, if you look at the arc of the poi, you'll notice this hand, which is my right hand, is always staying closer to the leg. And then the other one is up here because it's creating space for this hand, the right hand, to be trapped underneath it. So I call this technique the trap, because you trap the hand with the other hand for part of the movement. And then all you do is just alternate the tap backs, which is probably, on a technique level, easier than the stall combo I just had you doing. So that's the right trap, where the right hand is underneath, but you could do it with the left lead so that the left hand is trapped if you prefer. It's all a matter of preference. I find it easier to do the right trap because I have more control with my right hand as a righty, and that leaves my left more space for a wild arc than the right one. Or I could do on my left leg like this. And then what I just did was I stepped in the middle so that I switched the leg. And this is the kind of movement I think that's really potent on fire, especially. I think it's less impressive with LED, but it's still pretty fun. And then the advantage of having it shorter, in addition to being able to go faster, which for some people is not an advantage, and in some contexts is not an advantage because sometimes you do want it to go slower, but one of the advantages of it is it's less tether to tangle. So that can be helpful if you mess up so that they won't, lock together too badly. What you just did was different because what you did was both of them, you did it from same direction versus opposite direction. So then what you did was bump, 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 versus cross, cross, open, open, cross, cross, open, open. Oh, and neither are wrong. They're all different they're all variations on the same theme.